Hey there guys! Welcome back to my channel. I say that at the beginning of every video, don't I? Welcome back. I am actually really excited to be with you and I'm pumped about this video. I wanted to do a book review on a book that I just finished reading a couple months ago, but it's called The Story of With by Alan Arnold and it looks like this. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. So I came across this book in April of 2017. I attended the April 2017 Captivating Retreat in Colorado. It was a phenomenal time. It was such a great time. It was a miracle that I even got there. And if you're interested in like the story of how I got there and like the retreat itself, I can do a separate video. So this book is written by Alan Arnold. Alan Arnold is a part of the Ransomed Heart team, and he spent time in publishing before he started working with Ransomed Heart and became an author. And the book kind of outlines his story in part one, and it's like a little bit of teaching and like a little bit of backstory to kind of understand like his life and where he's coming from and like how he came to write this story. And then part two is the actual story itself, and it's a really good story, which is kind of like, I should have known it was a good story because Ted Dekker, who's one of my favorite authors, has a little quote on the front of the book right here, and it says, "Bravo, this fascinating blend of storytelling and teaching will shift the thinking of all who take the journey." So I kind of should have known that. I kind of wasn't expecting it, and I actually put the book down probably before chapter one, just simply because I'm like, normally when you read like fiction books, it's just fiction. There's no backstory, there's no anything, and so that kind of threw me a little bit, but I picked it back up and I got through part one, which is super short, and got through part two as well, which is the story. It's such a great story, and to kind of give you a brief synopsis, it's about a character named Mia who is kind of like not living the life that she wants or the life that she's meant to live. And so she's interviewing for a new job and all this craziness happens, and so basically she ends up on this journey to discover who she actually is and what's really going on in her world. And I don't want to give too much away of the story, which is why I'm not giving you so many details about it, but it's such a great story. One thing that did throw me, to be quite honest, was that at the end of each chapter, there's discussion, teaching, and then questions. And I'm like, I just want to get back to the story because it's such a good story. But if you do like focus on the discussion, focus on the teaching, and focusing on the questions at the end of each chapter, you will get so much more out of the book than if you just skip it and just finish the story, which is what I was tempted to do. And I am so glad that I didn't, that I like read the discussion questions, took them seriously, and thought them through, because I did get so much more. And by the time I like ended the book, I felt like I had not only read a really great story, but I had learned so much more about God and like who he is and who he calls us to be and everything. I do want to say that a lot of the characters in this book to me were really kind of not what I expected them to be, in a very good way. Like when you meet, there's a character with all these tattoos, which we'll get into later, or which you'll get into if you read the book. And you're like, what is he doing there? I don't understand what's happening. Like, I was so confused when he got there, and I thought I knew who he was, and then I didn't, and then I thought I did. But anyway, it's such a good book. It's full of surprises, but I think if you give this book a chance, which you definitely should, you will not only learn more about God, but you'll learn about, like, who God created you to be, and what your life is actually meant to be. So I would highly recommend this book. It's called The Story of With by Alan Arnold. This illustration plays such a like crucial role in the story that like usually I feel like when I read a story that the cover doesn't really like mean anything, but this is so good. When you find out the meaning of this and like what happens in the book with this specific graphic, it'll tie everything together. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully that wasn't too disjointed. This is my first book review, but I really wanted to review this book because I thought it was such a great book. If you found this helpful, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and make videos every week. Have a great day.